or dust in the air or something like that, the particles that getting outside of this phenomena, we don't want them to get into our lungs, especially not to the end of the lungs where the alveoli are, the most complex unit in the lungs, and then get to our blood. We don't want that to happen. So this is really a problem when it comes to drug delivery, because we actually want to signal the body, this is special for you, you need it. So what I actually did here, I'm gonna tell you the secret sauce in a minute, how I can actually do that. So I built this setup, okay? This complex setup, I'm gonna really simplify it. In general, what this setup produces is control group with single amount of charge, okay, electrical charge on particles, and 2 orders of magnitude more, hundreds of charge, okay? So, and the reason I do that is because when we're talking about our situation, we have a really big volume. Our force, the force that govern our wall are actually gravitational force, right? The body force. But when we go small, think about your hair, okay? Your hair have a really huge area compared to volume. It almost don't have any volume. And for that reason, gravity does not govern this, but electrostatic effect are govern the effect of that. If we think about an aerosol, so the area of an aerosol is proportional to R squared, and the volume proportional to R to the third. So if I go really, really, really small, the area is getting huge compared to the volume. So area forces, surface forces are strong. For example, electrostatics. So that's the reason when you have electrostatic and somebody lay on the floor, it would not stand up. But hair will do that. So what I did, I took charge and put it inside my model. And my model mimics faithfully the region of the alveolar geometry. So alveoli place. So this is the alveoli, okay? And we have a few challenges in order to actually make this model real, okay? First of all, the flow. The flow in the lungs is really, really low. I'm gonna explain why. If this is the trachea, right? K'nei neshima, and we have approximately 15 liters per minute. This is the air that gets inside the body. It gets split here in the carina, right? So 50% going here, 50% going here, 15, which means 7.5, 7.5, right? And this happens again, and again, and again. In the lung, we have approximately 23 splits. That means 2 to the power of 23 is 8 million. So we start with 15 liters per minute, and we're getting down to really small flow rate, which means milliliter per minute. So this phenomena in the lungs, in the fluid mechanics, is so complex, and it's called the creeping flow. The flow that moves really slow, try to creep itself away. So how we did this flow in the model, we use a syringe pump, and the syringe pump going really, really slow, and all the system is sealed not to interfere with this flow. So we got velocity, we got the profile of the flow. Good. Now anatomy. We want to do these shapes. You see the circular half cycle of the alveoli. So we use in the clean room the dice here, and we use it in a really special way, just the tip of the dice, in order to do these small cuts. And these small cuts actually in the real anatomy structure length. This is the size of the alveoli, this is the size of the septa, the same order of magnitude. So we got geometry, we got a velocity profile, good. The last thing we need to do, if we want to take care of electrical phenomena, and as you can see here, electrical phenomena not negligible at all when it's come to inhalers. So because inhalers actually particles that getting a lot of friction, this produce not negligible amount of charge, but this field is actually in the lungs world is actually being neglected as a benchmark. The reason for that is we have to solve Navier-Stokes equation, which really pain in the ass, really hard to solve them. We use ANSYS, Fluent, and other computational devices. The one that's gonna solve them gonna get $1 million prize offer for that mathematical problem. And also we have Maxwell equation, electromagnetism, which I teach in the Technion Physics 2, right? So combine these two things, it's a really complex. So that's the reason people neglect this effect, and I want to be here to show you they are not negligible at all, and maybe they are the key to change the game. So how I give this model which made of glass to be transparent so I can see the particle, also electrical phenomena. The secret sauce is ITO. I cover all the model with 30 nanometer of ITO, and this gives me conductivity, okay? Right now, the surface is conductive, small layer does not affect my geometry. So this is the concept here. And ITO is really special because ITO is also conductive and also transparent. So I can see a fluorescent image of what's going on inside my model. This is a projected view from above on this model. So what we're actually getting is insane. We're getting that charge change the picture dramatically in the lungs and make the particle adhere to the tissue. I'm going to show you an example how this is working. So here we have the can. Can is actually built from aluminum, which is a conductor. And right now I'm going to do the same thing that happened to an aerosol. Aerosol actually getting outside of the inhaler in a really high frictions. So I'm going to make here friction in order to make electrostatic charge on this plastic thing, okay? And the can actually is conductive. So it let charge move inside it. So I would like the charge to move toward my magic stick, right? This one. So I already feel my hair, you see my hair, obey the law of electromagnetism, and I hope to move the can without touching it. Okay, this actually happened, and according to the third law of Newton, the same thing happened to the pole. The pole also attracted into the can. So what's actually happened inside the lungs is the tissue, like the aluminum can, act as a conductor, and all the negative charge or the opposite charge to the aerosols attracted to the tissue, what make it adhere to the wall. So what we actually saw in our experiment, that for example for 200 nanometers, there's 20% deposition inside the alveoli. Okay, they populated the alveoli. If we're going to give the same one 100 electrons of charge, this jump to 60%. So the efficiency is insane. And it's not only that, the phenomena can be inversed. If we're going to go to a small change, half of a micron, 500 nanometers, opposite effect. The septa, the space between the alveoli, eat all the charge and doesn't let particle getting in. So this governs the situation. Electrostatic are not negligible at all. That's what we show here. Another interesting phenomena is that the alveoli actually getting populated differently from charge and not charge. You see here, for charged aerosol, it's populated kind of evenly. You see it? And over here, there's a favorite side of it. Like they prefer, this is the flow. The flow is going that way. And you can see from simulation that we have here turbulent effect, a circular flow. So they actually getting deposit on this side compared to that which take all the charges evenly. So this phenomena also really interesting. And the next step, after compare our scenarios to the simulation, I want to take it farther. In the lungs, we have humidity, right? Relative humidity that changes as deep as you go. I want to use this humidity to actually play with the charge, wake him up or shut it down. So this is the next concept, how we can target and deliver drugs to the lungs to specific regions using electrostatics effect. So this is my paper, this is the idea. Hope you like it, and good luck.